What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another movie review, and today I'm talking about the Men in Black franchise because on Saturday I watched every single Men in Black film, all four of them, in one sitting, all in one day. And I was building Legos, so I was just like, yeah, what's some movies that I've maybe seen before but I haven't seen in a long time, and this is where I fell. And these films, the first three at least, are director Barry Sonnenfeld, and he did an okay job. He seemed to have some type of clear vision that he was trying to do between at least the first two films, because the first one came out in '97, the second one I think was '02, and then the third one they waited a decade in 2012. I remember seeing that one, I think, in theaters, or at least, you know, sooner to when it came out in 2012, when I would have been like 13. '97, I wasn't even born yet. In 2002, I would have been 3. So, you know, the type of movies I'm not necessarily seeing. There's also Men in Black International, which was a reboot, restart that didn't necessarily go anywhere, from 2019, from director F. Gary Gray. Excuse me. He's done other things like The Fate of the Furious, Friday, Straight Outta Compton, The Italian Job, Law-Abiding Citizen, Lift, that Kevin Hart movie. That was like a heist movie on Netflix a couple years ago. And that movie's not bad. You know, it's got Chris Hemsworth and Valkyrie, Tessa Thompson, right? So it's got Thor and Valkyrie from the MCU. So it's great in that sense, because they're great, and Rebecca Ferguson's in there, Kumail Nanjiani, Emma Thompson comes back. She's kind of the connective pieces between the original trilogy and the fourth sequel movie. Liam Neeson's in there, right? So there is a great cast for that Men in Black International, but it just doesn't quite capture the same chemistry and magic as Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones does. And going back and rewatching these movies, I loved Men in Black when I was a kid, and it was always on TV, so I was always constantly watching it. And I love Tommy Lee Jones, and seeing young Tommy Lee Jones back in '97 really made me realize that, like, oh my god, like, I love Tommy Lee Jones. Like, this guy, I gotta see so many more Tommy Lee Jones movies. Every time I've ever seen him, I've loved him. And he's like perfectly stoic but also chaotic in these movies, and I really love his performance. And my ranking's kind of weird because my overall scores aren't necessarily how they're ranked, if you know what I mean. So, movie number 1, Men in Black 1 from '97, I think is a genuinely good movie. A good sci-fi action. It tells a good story. It keeps you interested. It doesn't have a crazy runtime. 98 minute, and you know, an hour 38 minute movie, like, that's perfect. The second movie is even shorter, trimmed out any bit of fat, and that second movie is like an hour and 26 minutes. But Men in Black 1, I think, is a 4 out of 5 star movie. Genuinely a good movie, you know, setting up Will Smith's characters being the rookie and Tommy Lee Jones. They kind of have to flip the scenarios, and Tommy Lee Jones' character retires, and then Will Smith's like the agent that's been in around forever in Men in Black 2. But I really love Rosario Dawson. Vincent D'Onofrio playing the bug guy is absolutely crazy. And for years I loved that character, but always was creeped out by him. But also was like, I always thought that bug guy was fascinating, but I never knew who the actor was. And he always just looked like a alien bug walking around in a human meat costume. And apparently it's the Kingpin. It's one of my favorite actors ever, Vincent D'Onofrio, and he's really, really good. Rip Torn played Zeb. Johnny Knoxville's in there as like a two-headed alien thing. David Cross is in there. He's kind of funny. Michael Jackson's in there for a cameo. Martha Stewart, right? Like, there's some hilarious little cameos in the second one. But the main story ends up coming down between Tommy Lee Jones, Will Smith, and Rosario Dawson. I absolutely love them. So Men in Black 2, I gave 3.5 stars. I don't think it's quite as good as the first movie, but it's still a great film, and it's super fun to watch, and I love it. So actually, it's higher in my ranking than Men in Black 1. And Men in Black 3 isn't as good a movie as Men in Black 1 and 2, but I think I like it the most purely on the standings that Tommy Lee Jones is a little bit too old by 2012, right? In 2002, it was kind of pushing it, but by 2012, he's another decade older, and he's just not in the shape to be doing stunts and stuff like he was in the first two Men in Blacks. So, they write a time travel story. They go back in time to meet a young Tommy Lee Jones character, but instead of doing de-aging technology like they like to do today and having the same old man play the young man, they did what I think is a preferred way of doing it, is getting a younger actor to play the younger Tommy Lee Jones, and they got Josh freaking Brolin to play a young Agent K, and his acting is so perfect in this movie, because when I was a kid, I genuinely thought it was the younger K. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know Josh Brolin at the time. I was just 2012, I'm 13, I'm like, whoa, dude, look at Dad. They made a young Tommy Lee Jones. And even my dad was like, yeah, that's crazy. Who is that? You know, like, but later in life, now I know who Josh Brolin is. It's so funny and crazy to see Josh Brolin doing Tommy Lee Jones' little mannerisms, and he must have just spent hours and days watching Tommy Lee Jones' Men in Black, but also other movies, and just hearing his cadence of voice, the way he talks, the way he moves. Come on, Slick. You know, like just the certain southernness in my voice. You know what you need? We need pie. Yeah, pie. You know, like, I'm not necessarily there, but I'm pretty close. Tommy Lee Jones, Josh Brolin, Will Smith. I really love this third one. And then it tied in the story with, like, who Will Smith's character was this whole time, why he got chosen by Kay in the first place. You know, so the trilogy of Men in Blacks are phenomenal. And for me, it goes 3, 2, 1 as my favorites in, you know, just genuine favoritism. And then Men in Black International comes in last. But that's not like hating on that movie. That just means the trilogy is so much better than that movie. But overall, ranking the Men in Black franchise, really, really good movies. I love all 4 of these movies. I'm a big sci-fi action guy, comedy, right? So they introduce a lot of elements in this movie that are all things that I'm into. So comment below your thoughts on Men in Black. What would you rank 1 through 4, the films? I would love to hear your thoughts down in the comment section below. Drop your ranking, drop your scores out of 5 or 10 stars down in the comment section below. If you'd like to follow my other social medias, links for those down in the description. Big Cam, 2 G's in the Big, pretty much anywhere, and you can find me. If you made it this far in the video and you would like to support the channel, the best way to do that is by commenting, liking this video, subscribing if you haven't already. About 98% of you aren't subscribed, so please subscribe. It really helps the channel, goes a long way. Hit that bell so you get the notifications when future videos come out. Thank you guys once again. My name is Big Cam, and I will see you beautiful people in the next one. Peace.